So hello everyone, welcome to my tutorial again. Today we are going to discuss about the instance variable and the static variables. In the last tutorial আমরা আলাপ করেছিলাম local variable কি জিনিস এবং আমরা by this time জানি যে variable হচ্ছে এমন একটা জিনিস যেখানে information store করা হয় in the memory and then later on we retrieve it and we run the Java program based on that retrieved information. Okay, so as you can see, the Eclipse is already there and we are seeing that there are two methods here, get age and public static void main string args, and we have just instantiated the student class, which is this, and in the get age method we have defined a local variable. Okay, so now let's make a instance variable, and this time I'm going to make it a string. So string name equals John. Okay, so আমি এখানে define করলাম একটা variable এবং define করার সাথে সাথে সেখানে initialize করলাম এবং এটাকে আমরা বলছি instance variable. Okay, so now let's save it. And আমি এখানে এটা প্রিন্ট করতে চাই student name is, আপনারা দেখবেন যে আমি কিভাবে এখানে স্ট্রিং গুলো কনক্যাটিনেট করছি, name plus age is এত and okay, so now let's run it. Run as, of course, as a Java application, and you will see that student name is John, is 25. Okay, so a instance variable ta amra access korte pari anywhere from this, and the scope of the instance variable is within the class. Okay, so within the class we can access it from anywhere. On the other hand, local variable we can access only within that method itself. Okay, এখন আমি যদি এখানে জনটা ডিলিট করে দেই, so that means there is no initialization, it's just the declaration of the variable. Okay, and then if we run and see, interesting thing happens. Run as Java application. Okay, so you see, like, the student name is coming as null, right? The student name is null. Why? That means there is no value assigned it, and the default for the string variable is null when it is declared as a instance variable. Okay, so let's get back to where we were. Okay, but on the other hand, আমি যদি এখানে local variable এর শুধু declaration দিলাম, initialization দিলাম না, এবং পরে আমি যখন use করতে যাব দেখেন there is an error, and what it says the local variable age may not have been initialized. Okay, so we have to make always sure that the local variable has to be initialized before it is being used. So আমরা আগের অবস্থায় চলে গেলাম। আচ্ছা, এখন আমি আরেকটা ভ্যারিয়েবল ডিক্লেয়ার করি with the same name. Okay, int age equals 10. alright, okay, এখন দেখেন আমি এখানে age ডিক্লেয়ার করলাম একটা ভ্যারিয়েবল, আবার এখানে age ডিক্লেয়ার করলাম আরেকটা ভ্যারিয়েবল. this is a instance variable, this is instance variable, this one is instance variable. Okay, on the other hand, this one is a local variable. যখন আমি এটা এক্সিকিউট করব তখন এটা কাকে নেবে, হ্যাঁ, দেখা যাক। run as and see, like, it didn't change, it's just took the value of the local variable. So what we can see here is that if you declare the variable name same as the local variable and the instance variable within the method, the local variable will get privilege over the instance variable. কিন্তু আপনি যদি কোনো কারণে instance variable কে অ্যাক্সেস করতে চান তখন আমাদেরকে ইউজ করতে হবে একটা কিওয়ার্ড this, like that. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that the variable যেটা আছে যে hey variable age I want to access this one. Okay, I want to access this one. So how do I access? And that refers to a member of the object. Okay, so সেজন্য সেটাকে member of the object কে refer করার জন্য আমাদেরকে use করতে হবে the keyword this. So now let's see what it prints. Run as, and you'll see like this time the age of John is 10. Why? Because we are referring to the object. Okay, object's member. Okay, so now let's get back to where we were. Oh, okay, before that আমি যদি এখানে শুধু declaration today and no initialization, in that case what happens? See, there is no error. But before that আমরা এখানে 25 delete করে দিয়েছিলাম. That means there was no initialization, there was an error. Okay, so now let's run it. Java application, and you see like this is going to be 0. So that means for a local for instance variable, the string defaults to null, and the integer, it defaults to what? It defaults to 0. Okay, so আমরা আগের অবস্থায় চলে যাই. Age equals 10, but we want to put it now as a static variable. Okay, so static variable, and I don't want this. So এখন আমি যদি এখানে click করি দেখবেন যে Eclipse is so smart, it refers to that because this is also highlighted at the same time. Okay, so আমরা যখন এখন যদি প্রোগ্রামটা রান করি, run as Java application, and then you see from here it is printing as 10, which is the value here. So both the instance variable and the static variable can be accessed anywhere from the class. Their scope is class wise, but the difference is for the instance variable we don't put the keyword static, but for a static variable we have to put the keyword static, and there is a meaning for it. Like আমরা এটা object oriented programming এ যখন যাব তখন আমরা আমাদের জিনিসটা আরো ভালো ক্লিয়ার হবে. Okay, so now আমি যদি এটা এখানে শুধু declaration দেই এবং initialization না করি, then let's see what happens. And I'm going to run it. Run as Java application, and see it's going to be printed as 0. So that means even for the static variables, when it is declared as a static instance variable, it's going to be defaulted to some value. For the string it's null, and for integer it's going to be 0. Okay, so I think we had a very good learning. We did understand about the variables, the local instance and static variable. We learned which one needs to be initialized, which one not. We also learned that in case of we don't initialize it, what's the value it gets. We also learned the keyword this, which refers to the particular object we are referring to, and we also saw that how to use the static. Okay, another thing I would like to mention you here, that this is a static. Okay, and I want to access it here. So if I just remove this, it will give an error here. Okay, so it says like, hey, cannot make a static reference to the non-static field age. So if you'd like to refer a variable which is non-static from a static method, it's going to give you a compile error. So I have to put it back. Static int age, and now there is no compile error. Okay, so because this is a static method, and static method can only refer to static variable. Okay, so that's okay, folks. Goodbye. And next tutorial we'll be discussing about the data types. Till then, goodbye.